my baby hot. Don't speak to any moment. Product of her environment. Shout out the global woman. Can't box her in with any trend. No, she's a global woman. Call Fire Marshal Bill. Like, let me tell you something. Flawless, beautiful. Follow codes down to her toes. Cue the codes. Picking rolls with the flow. Slam dunking all the goals. Silvers for the novice and golds for the pros.
What's going on, everybody out there in TV land? On YouTube Live, we come to you tonight to interrupt your regular scheduled program. Hey, y'all, we got something different for y'all tonight, so sit back, put your seat back on, and check us out. So we're going to start off with a couple of introductions. My name is Eddie Ed. I'm the host. I'm also the CEO of Stop Playing Apparel. Matter of fact, before we get the show started, I actually want y'all to check out this small video of my apparel company. Stop Playing was created to motivate, inspire, uplift, and inform individuals about viewing life through an alternate lens. No two individuals travel the same road or embark on the same journey, yet obstacles are faced by all. Despite the challenge, if you believe it, you can achieve it. By purchasing a shirt, you can be part of motivating and inspiring someone to achieve greatness. Come join the movement at stopplaying.net. Yes, come join the movement at stopplaying.net. Remember, y'all, it's more than fashion. It's just a statement. And if you see, I got on my hoodie today. Stop Playing camouflage hoodie today. So y'all, make sure y'all check me out. Again, my name is Eddie Ed. I'm the host, and I'm the CEO of Stop Playing Apparel, and I reside in South Carolina.
My name is Obi. I don't have a clothing line, but I'm here to support my man Ed. So make sure you go cop some of that merchandise. I reside in North Carolina.
My name is Kyra from California.
And I'm Sheena, the master producer, and I am from Indiana.
Oh, you're Indiana now? Okay. She about to say Chicago. She think about
she was.
I definitely about to say Chicago. I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, team? What's going on? I know everybody see like, man, they only got the team today. They don't got no guests. Now we got no guests, and we got the master producer on tonight. How y'all doing, guys?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to see Sheena Nicole with all her magical and wonderful words behind her name.
Yes, Sheena Nicole is the master producer. I just want to kick the show off by asking you guys, what y'all thought about this past year of doing the podcast?
I think it's been wonderful. I think it's been kind of enlightening. It's been exciting. We've had some good times and some bad times. I think we've had some pretty decent shows and some great guests and panelists.
I think it's been a really good experience for me to be able to meet and network with different people and talk about various topics, hear aspects and perspectives that I don't normally think of, and to see a male's perspective or sometimes married people's perspective. So it's really been eye-opening and enlightening.
Yeah, I can piggyback on that as well. I think it was it's been a really good experience. We have had our ups and our downs as well. But I did feel like that overall, we gained a whole lot of, people to follow and watch us faithfully, and we definitely appreciate that. And for me, I definitely feel like it was a confidence booster for myself, because I definitely was not used to like speaking and things like that and like publicly talking and things of that nature. So it definitely helped me out too. So I definitely enjoyed this past year.
Thank y'all. Well, for everybody's out there, we have a little announcement to make. I too believe the show was really good and impactful. I hope that we touched people. I hope we inspired others. Like Kyra said, I did learn a lot from other people too. That was on a panel over the year. That was in the chat. I've learned a lot of stuff from you guys, and I had a ball. But we are taking a hiatus. We are taking a hiatus from doing the Nutz and Boltz show. I'm not sure when we might come back or if we might come back, but I know right now We're going to be taking hiatus, and we just want to come on here and let you guys know, so it won't be like a shocker to like next week. Y'all see us on, find out what's going on. So yes, tonight will be our last show. So tonight I just want to thank their producers, and like they like to call them, the wise counsel in the back. They're being really great to us. They stretched us, they pushed us, they motivated us. They got on our case at times, but everything they did was to better the show. Um, I absolutely love the producers. I absolutely love our team. So I just want to thank them for the ones in the background. They like to have their names mentioned. I also want to thank Sheena Nicole. If y'all don't know, Sheena been rocking with me ever since we had our non-for-profit group called In Motion back in 2011. So I've been rocking with Sheena since 2011. She's my secretary actually on there, in that group. Sheena was a part of that team, and she was a part of this team, but then she transitioned into steady hosting the podcast to actually producing this podcast, and she did a wonderful job. She took a lot of our plate in the background, a lot of stuff that you guys don't know in the background Sheena was doing. So Sheena, I want to thank you for that. I love you dearly. Thank you for rocking with us. You know, she been from the day one. I really, really appreciate you, Sheena. My boy Obi been rocking me since day one on the podcast. Him and Sheena are the OGs on the podcast. Obi, I'm kind of miss a little banter you and Kyrie be having back and forth. That did have me laughing. Y'all we have me dying, laughing, tripping out. And I know a lot of people sometimes they give you due credit, but I do believe you've said some wise things over the year.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. Hell no.
What? Yeah, Obi. Thank you, Obi. Over the years, you have said some stuff I did appreciate. Thank you for rocking with me, Obi. I remember when we started on what was the thing we started on, y'all? It was Zoom. We started on Zoom when we first started. And then I asked y'all, let's do a podcast, and then we transitioned to the StreamYard. So I would thank you, Obi, for being with me, rocking with me, being a part of the team. Also, Kyra. I want to thank you, Kyra, for coming on the show. And Kyra came very, very early. She wasn't day one, but Kyra came pretty early. And after Kyra came, we all looked at each other. We looked at the producers. We like, hey, we need. No, actually, somebody in the background said we should bring Kyra to the team.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Me and Kyra had a meeting. Me and Kyra had a meeting, and she said, give us some time to think about it. And then when she joined the team, like I said last week, Kyra do nothing but 40 points every time she comes. She's never late. She's always on time. She always knows what's going on. Only time she miss, she ain't never late. Only time she miss when she let us know ahead of time that she wasn't going to make a show. And I think maybe it was 2 shows. But thank you, Kyra. You brought a lot of wisdom. You brought a lot of organization to the podcast, a lot of structure. Thank you, Kyra. So before I pass it to Sheena, also, guys, I want you to tell us or tell the podcast one of the most something you remember about the podcast, maybe an episode, maybe a guest, maybe a topic, and just share a little bit. And so I'll go first. I got a lot of I could talk about. I could talk about when Obi brought the girl. What was the girl you brought here, Obi? What's her name?
It was 2.
Chantel. When Obi brought Chantel on here. Talk about that one. But I'm gonna talk about the one that stuck in my brain is when one of my classmates came on. His name was Corey. I believe that was Kyra's second show. We did the list. The men had the list, and all the men was seeing a list of what priorities when they like woman from like loving God to what she make. And then Corey came on like, I ain't do the list. I'm just about purpose. And then he started doing all the biblical stuff, and we looking like, what in the world? Brother, you like, come on, man. Like all the men on here took their time out, did the list, and you talking about I ain't do the list. And we like, come on, man. And then why that stuck up to me is because then later on, he hit me up like, was I too preachy? Was I too churchy? And then, oh, here go my list. I'm like, I don't need your list now, damn it. It's over with. Like, why are you sending me your list now and sending me these long inbox messages? So that stuck out to me the most. That show was like, this dude here, boy, was hilarious. So I'm gonna hand it over to Sheena. I'm gonna let you go next. Give your spiel, Sheena, and let us know a memorable moment, and do what you do.
So I think the most memorable and funny moment for me was when Clay was still with us. So I think he was talking about the Uber rider
the Uber
that
driver.
he had,
Yeah.
and it was a story time for him. Oh my goodness. He had me crying, okay, because he is very narrative. I love him, okay, but he's very narrative, and how he was just explaining it. It definitely, that's definitely one of the ones that stick with me for real. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for me, man.
Hold on, Obi, before you go, Sheena,
Okay.
do you want to say anything to the people that rock with us? Anything else you want to share?
Just thank you so much for your support. Everybody that's been rocking with us since day one, and everyone that just coming along within the last few months or so. Like, we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in faithfully every single time we were on. You guys did not miss a beat in the comments either. So just definitely a lot of gratitude. So much gratitude. We appreciate you all. We love you all. We hope that we can see you all soon and talk to you guys soon. But in the meantime, yes, I appreciate each and every one of you. And don't forget about us.
And make sure y'all follow Sheena Nicole. Her handle's right there on Facebook. Make sure you follow her on Facebook and follow her on TikTok. I'll give y'all a TikTok in a little bit, but follow her, Sheena Nicole, on Facebook and on TikTok. Obi, it's on you, brother.
Yeah, for me, man, I think I had a lot of favorite memories. I know DJ Play was pretty hilarious. I think about like Josh and Travis who've been on the show to help out. But my most memorable shows, I would have to say, all included Kyra's Minions. I love the fact that she paid people to come on the show to support her initiatives. It's like she was running for campaign. It was like Team Kyra. We love Kyra. Kyra this and Kyra that. I love battling with those guys because I know the truth behind the scenes. And Kyra shared with us that she did pay some of those members to be a part of her agenda. But other than that, man, I had fun. I love this show. I loved everything about the show. The topics were great. Some were controversial. Some were kind of thought up at the last minute, and some were planned. But I loved everything about it. I loved the panelists. I loved everybody in the chat. There's so many people that I want to shout out in the chat. Hopefully, I'll get to meet them in the future because I do travel to Chi-Town quite often. And the last thing I want to say is this isn't a goodbye. It's like good night because we're coming back. It's just like we need some PTO to reset, reprogram, and refocus. And I see Kyra looking at me all crazy, but that's just how she is. She's just a crazy looking individual that works for HR. You can't tell all your business to HR. And we're gonna leave her with the next to the last words. I know she's gonna tear my ass up with something that's HR appropriate. I'm gonna let her have the stage now. Miss Kyra, it's all yours, but what you don't know is we got a surprise for you. If you talk too bad about me, I'm going right after you before Ed. Pre-planned. So watch your shots.
You can do whatever you need to do, and I choose not to spend my energy on you, sir. So that said, I want to give a shout out to Ed. I don't think you all know how much time, effort, dedication, zeal he does, always being on, trying to find people, like hustling to find people to be on the show, you taking advantage of multiple platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, venturing into TikTok to try to reach new audiences and establish new viewers and new subscribers and following up with people. He's always asked for feedback and always done stuff with the constructive feedback to get better and to learn, grow, and develop in the craft of being, in this arena of Instagram and content and doing the reels and everything like that. So I just want to say I appreciate all that you've done, you being open-minded, asking for advice, implementing different recommendations, being open-minded, praying about different things on if this is going to continue or not continue, and sharing like where you're at in life with us, whether that was just chilling to having a more of a stricter spiritual walk and really being focused on what your next step is going to be as a man of God and as someone's future husband. So just shouts out for everything that you've done to put everything here. And then also Sheena Nicole, I appreciate you going from like in front and center to the background, typing the questions out, having the images, communicating, going over the kind of the rules for being on with our guest and just juggling work, being promoted, being a single mom, moving. Just you've done so many things gracefully and kept us going in the background the whole time. So I definitely appreciate that. Obi, I appreciate you for being a Black man.
I got tears in my eyes. See, Kyra, I got tears in my eyes. See?
Shots fired.
I'm crying right now.
Thank you for showing up and sharing your thoughts and perspectives.
Look at the tears.
There were some things that I agreed with you on and others that we had different perspectives, but the conversation and banter was always good and enjoyable. And so I'm definitely going to miss seeing each of you on a weekly basis. And then the text messages, oh my gosh, I could wake up and there's 28 text messages. I'm in California, so Ed starts texting at 1 a.m. my time, and I wake up and there's 30 different messages that I need to get caught up on. So definitely have enjoyed the ride that we've been on together and the growing and bonding that we've been able to do and the developing, and I'll definitely miss us being together. The show that was most memorable to me and that touched my heart the most. I'm a super sensitive person. Y'all probably don't know that, but it was about colorism. And Shannon, you're in the chat. He like put it all out there and was transparent of the challenges and the trauma that she had been through as a darker person, and just gave me a lot of perspective. And even like when she said to me, like, you are the type of light-skinned person that I'm talking about. Like, you don't even know the struggle. And just hearing her perspective really gave me a lot of insight. And I was able to acknowledge the privilege that I have, whether that's with my education or with my articulation of words and just different things, and just that honesty and transparency and being able to understand what she went through and still goes through and how she pours into her daughters, being intentional and thoughtful as a mom raising Black queens in today's environment just touched my heart and really meant the world to me. So I'm thankful for you, Shannon, for being on and just kind of bearing it all. That was the most memorable show because I I know if I was impacted, other people were impacted, whether they watched it live or the replay. And we're talking about something that has been impacting to all cultures from the beginning of time. And that is something that is really real. So thank you to Shannon. I don't even remember who else was on the show. I think we had a couple other people, but if you're watching, thank you for being on the show also. But that's my most memorable. I think we had a lot of good times, a lot of crazy looks that I gave. And it's been a joy. And then I want to give a shout out to various people that have rocked with us from the beginning, from when I wasn't even on the show up until now. So shout out and thank you so much to DJ Play, to Joshua, to Shannon, to Jennifer, to Cortez, to Travis, to Lynn, Big EG, Henry, and Shelly. She was there behind, even though her name wasn't in the chat. I can't not say her name and shout her out. To Kayleen, to Laura, to Tamika, to Evelyn. I want to give thanks to my Black Girl Club that includes Karen, Katisha, and Anise. Thank you all for rocking with us no matter what, for hopping on when you could and being supportive in the chat and engaging in conversations, whether in the chat or personally. And just thank you for supporting the Blackness and what we have been doing for the past year and some change. That's what I have.
And real quick, let me give another shout out to Shannon because early on, Shannon used to check me like religiously every time I said something. And Shannon, I just appreciate your honesty, your transparency, and your organicness, because if I said something out the side of my neck, you were one of the very first ones to check and or critique me. And I shed some tears for you too, Shannon. See, I shed some tears for you too. So can I get a heart? Can I get a smiley face and all that, like you gave to Kyra? That's all I gotta say. And I made sure that you were the very first person to get a gift too. I made sure that you were the very first person to get one of our mugs.
And thank you for feeding us, because the food was fire. And then I want to shout out one other person that I asked permission, but I didn't get a response back. But my day one person that gave me feedback like every week and was like, what's the show about and stuff like that. And he didn't comment much, but he was always there for me. Like, maybe you should do this or try this, or just different constructive criticism and thoughts and ideas. Armand, I appreciate you and always being there for me to bounce ideas off of and talk to and everything. Just thank you to you for everything that you've done.
Armand.
I'm really done.
Armand.
If only you had someone's name that watched you regularly that you could mention.
You just don't know about her. You just don't know about her now. She out there, trust me.
See. Ooh, talk your shit, Obi. So I'm gonna miss that banter right there. But I just want to give applause to all the people that supported us. So yeah, it's been a time, y'all. We have a time. So again, like Kyra just mentioned, thank you. I know some names we probably forgot, but you're not unnoticed. We thank you. We thank for everybody that came on the show. I don't want to regurgitate what Kyra said. So thank you. And like I say, every single week, I love you. I love you. Go out and be great home.
I think my baby hot, don't speak to any moment. Product of her environment, shout out the global woman. Can't box her in with any trend, no, she's a global woman. Call Fire Marshal Bill, that let me